Want to go right now to Keaton Beach, Florida. That's where you'll find Mike Seidel, the Fox Weather Storm specialist here, and how people are preparing for this. What are they doing right now?
I can tell you, Neil, the whole county here, Taylor County, has been under a mandatory evacuation since yesterday. They've been boarding up, and they've been trying to get out of the county. The sheriff wants everybody to leave, but there's over 25,000 people here. He's suggested to go to Gainesville, 2 hours away. There will be no shelters here in Taylor County. This is Keaton Beach. This is going to be ground zero. This is the Big Bend of Florida, Neil. Look out there today. It will not look like anything like this time tomorrow. It's almost like a lake out there. We're expecting huge waves that will be superimposed on that storm surge, which you just heard was updated by the Hurricane Center to 12 to 18 feet. Remember Ian, Cat 5, Cat 4 into Florida a couple of years ago? That was a 14 to 15-foot surge at Fort Myers Beach. So we're talking maybe higher than that. 18 feet puts you up in the palm fronds here at the beach. So just imagine that wall of water coming in. Now, it doesn't come in like a tidal wave, but it slowly rises with big waves on top. So we have the surge issue. Now, these homes are looking in pretty good shape because of the building codes after the superstorm of March of 1993, Neil. That one produced a surge of 8 to 10 feet. Many of these homes are up on stilts, 15 to 20 feet high, not this house on the left. So they're fine with the surge. They've got the hurricane-proof roofs. So they're going to be in pretty good shape, and there are big trees around. But it's inland, where we're going to be hunkered down in a hotel in Perry, about 20 miles north. Just trees everywhere. Power's going to be out for at least a week for many people, just like they saw with Idalia. And it was just last summer, just about 13 months ago, that Idalia brought a surge to the same place, this Big Bend area of Florida. In fact, this is where it landfalled in Keaton Beach, and the surge was 7 to 12 feet. So a double whammy in about 13 months, and everybody is prepared. The only folks that are maybe semi-happy are over in Mexico Beach, Panama City, and St. Joe. They got ravaged by Cat 5 Michael. They're going to not take the brunt of this. It's going to be here and over to the west coast of Florida. We're heading inland this evening, Neil, and we'll be safe and sound for coverage tomorrow here on Fox News.
You always are, but make that a priority, my friend. Just think of that storm surge Mike was talking about there. That is double his height if it gets up to 12 feet. That's a serious storm surge. Again, Mike, thank you very much.
Hurricane Helene, it's barreling toward Florida's Big Bend region. It's now a Category 4 with winds up to 130 miles an hour. It's expected to make landfall in just the next few hours. Fox weather meteorologist Mike Seidel is live from Perry, Florida with the very latest. Mike.
Good evening, Laura, here in Perry. It's just beginning to get gusty winds now, gusting 25 miles an hour. But take a look at the satellite loop. That's all you need to see. This is a monster storm, large geographically, strong, as Laura said, a Cat 4. It comes on shore with a surge of 15 to 20 feet. These beaches got hit by a surge last year of up to 12 feet, and another one just a couple months ago. Say they've been hit 3 times in 13 months. Once it makes landfall, heavy rainfall and gusty winds, it's moving so fast, nearly 25 miles an hour, that winds could gust to hurricane force almost to the Atlanta metro area, way up in North Georgia, along with flash flooding widespread. Some areas could see 10 to 15 inches of rain. So, Laura, this is one of those hurricanes that many people are going to be talking about, not just here in Florida, but in Georgia and the Carolinas. We're going to have flash flood issues. Thousands will be without power, if not millions. In fact, right now in Florida, already 250,000 customers have lost power. And right here in Perry, the weather's going to go downhill very quickly, and it's just a matter of time before power goes out. Last year with Idalia, which was a weaker storm, some of the folks were without power up to 9 days. So expect the power to go out. Widespread tree damage and tremendous flooding. And if you're flying in and out of the airports, including Atlanta tomorrow, be careful and check ahead, because this is going to have a big impact not only on the airports but major interstates in the Carolinas, Georgia, and here in the Florida Panhandle. So we're going to batten down the hatches. We have a safe spot, a sturdy hotel, and we're going to take cover. We're staying away from the beaches tonight. That's no place to be.
No, Mike, please stay safe, and we pray for minimal, if no, loss of life in the area. It's just horrific. All right, Trump is moving his up.
Alert, we're following our storm chasers in Florida, where massive Category 4 Hurricane Helene is making landfall. Let's go to Fox Weather storm specialist Mike Seidel. He's in Perry, Florida. Mike.
Hey, Jesse, good evening from Perry, where we're just beginning to get the edge of the worst of Hurricane Helene. Winds have gusted to 40 miles an hour. We're about 20 miles from the coast, Keaton Beach, which could see a 15 to 20-foot surge down there, so everybody's out of the way. In fact, this entire county is under a mandatory evacuation. In the next couple of hours, we'll get into the eye wall. Winds could gust easily over 100 miles an hour, and then we'll likely be in the eye here and maybe on Fox News around 11:30 Eastern when the winds just go virtually dead calm. It's kind of eerie. Meanwhile, it moves inland, and it's moving fast at about 25 miles an hour, so it's going to take the wind impacts well north versus a typical hurricane. Atlanta, Macon, Augusta, we could see wind gusts over 70 miles an hour. There's going to be massive power outages in the southeast, along with localized flash flooding. So, Jesse, it's a big storm. It's a dangerous one, and we're just waiting now for it to move on shore and feel its wrath here in Perry.
All right, Mike, stay safe. Thank you so much. Well, Johnny goes to the U.
Florida as a major Cat 4 storm. Veteran meteorologist Mike Seidel of Fox Weather is live in Perry, Florida. Mike, what's it like where you are?
Well, we're in the eye now, Trace. This is something you don't often experience, a major hurricane. We got battered. We had a wind gust about a half an hour ago, 99 miles an hour nearby Perry Airport, about a mile away. We've had 2.5 inches of rain. Power flashes. I was on Fox Weather about 10 minutes of 11, and behind me, 7 power flashes in a row. The entire sky turned green. We've got damage down the street here at the Marathon gas station. The aluminum has been ripped to shreds. The other issue, obviously, it's pitch black. The power is out. They got hit by Idalia last summer. They were without power for 7 to 9 days. And this summer with Debbie, they were without power for several days. So the crews, 1,000 of them are due in here in the morning. They're staged out of the storm zone. They're going to come in here and try to get the power on as soon as possible. Fortunately, 2.5 inches of rain has not caused any issues, any serious flash flooding. But we've got a long way to go. The backside will come back at us. The winds will pick up again. We'll get more rain. But then downstream through the rest of Florida, north of here, where they're getting the eye wall now, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, wind gusts could be 70 miles an hour around Atlanta. There's going to be more power outages. Already about 1 million customers without power in the southeast from Helene, along with numerous flash flood warnings. Some areas could get 10 to 12 inches of rain. So a massive storm, but this is the calm. We're right in the eye right now, something you rarely experience. The temperature is going up. The winds have backed off, gusting about 20 right now instead of 99, and the rain has stopped completely.
I'm very quickly, Mac, I'm just kind of curious about this because we talk a lot about wind events and water events. This appears to be both wind and water. Do we have an idea of when the storm surge that they have said literally is unsurvivable? Do we know when that's going to kind of back off and calm down a little bit, Mike?
Well, that happens, Trace, when the wind starts to blow offshore. So in the next few hours, where we had the surge down at Keaton and Deacle, the 2 small beaches here in Delaware County, once the wind goes offshore, that water will get blown back out. We had the record storm surge in Tampa, and we're still waiting to hear. I haven't heard what happened at the areas up the coast from Tampa. So again, a lot of water came in. I don't know if it was 10 feet or 15 feet. That remains to be seen. What you do is you go down there and look at the high water marks. But quite a storm, but it's rare that you get to experience the eye of a major hurricane. This is my second one out of 102 named storms I've covered since 1996.
Yeah, it's crazy. Fox meteorologist Mike Seidel. Mike, thank you. Stay safe. Best of luck to you. Thank you and our crews out there. Well, tonight we bring you another case of a Democrat who